Hello mount enthusiasts and welcome to a new video. Today I want to do something a little different. If you haven't noticed, I like mounts. I really like mounts. That's why I've been very excited to have mounts in Season 3. However, I want the mounts to actually do something and mean something. Not only be something stylish, but also serve a purpose, like the mounts in Guild Wars 2. So when I noticed that Ashes of Creation, an MMORPG set to release sometime next year, had mounts, I checked them out as well. And it turns out that they have implemented a lot of the things that I said that I would really want to have in New World. From abilities to mounts, they have it all. So I want to check that out today. And maybe New World could learn a thing or two about the game that has yet to be released. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. This Wikipedia article is kinda long, so I'm gonna stick to the first few sentences. Mounts are obtained through an early quest that is available to players in the starting areas. It's very nice, that's very cool. Because then everyone has access to mounts, and the more you can level mounts, the better. So for example, you start out with a quest that gives you a level 5 mount, and after a while they start to get better and whatever, and maybe you could like level them up and so on. Mounts can be also found and tamed, which is very cool. And here is where I found very interesting. There are 3 tiers of mounts. So we have ground mounts and land, and we have gliding and jumping, and then we have royal and flying. I mean, yeah, aquatic and swimming mounts are classified as tier A. So this one, I would say, which is very interesting. I think you can also mix these two, so have ground, land, and gliding and jumping. I also talked about this in the mounts video I made, I think a month ago, where I had concept ideas. Right, different tier mounts have different abilities that are unique to that tier. These may provide horizontal or vertical power gains. Okay. Mounts can have up to 4 abilities, including speed boosts, offensive and defensive abilities. You can also see this in Guild Wars 2 with the Springer mount with different abilities. This one is also just to get up, so vertical jumping. Yes. Mount abilities are unlocked via the animal husbandry profession. Very cool. I think you can only have the riding profession now that they have announced, but if you could also have an animal husbandry profession, that would be really cool, as well as finding them in the wild. That would be also insanely cool, and taming them, but I'm not sure that will happen at all. Mount speeds are determined by the base mount. That's good. That skins are applied to. I think that the skins mean that you can buy them in-game for in-game currency, and then have basically a different skin means that it's faster or has more defense. Aquatic mounts are faster in the water and slower on land. That's what I said. Land mounts are faster on land and slower in the water. That's perfectly fine. That also just makes sense. I think New World can also implement this. That's very nice. Also be purchasable from players utilizing animal husbandry and taming. Yes, mounts will have rarities that are either bred or acquired. These rarities may influence mount skills and visual effects, such as seasonal variations. That could also be really interesting if you, for example, have a mount that could be a treant, that the leaves grow back or that the leaves fall depending on which season the mount is from, or which region the mount is from. So if you, for example, have a treant mount that lives in a rather warm area, you can see that the leaves are not there and that the wood is kind of dead, And if it, for example, is in a snow biome, you can see that it's really snowy and has like snow on the tree itself, which can also fall off, having particle effects. It'd be really cool. Fall damage that occurs while mounted will be the first applied to the mount, and if the mount dies as a result, then the remaining damage may overflow to the player. Yes, this is also a Guild Wars 2 thing. They may be emotes associated with mounts and pets, such as petting or playing with them. I think this will be put behind a paywall, so we might actually have to pay for this. This will not be yeah, we might we might have to pay for this. This will not be included. The majority of mounts are based on animals, but there may be some mounts based on inanimate objects in the future. Also, it makes sense, there will be no steampunks in the game. Well, I don't know if New World will implement any kind of steampunk. I know they have rifles, and some rifles are also kind of steampunky, but I'm not sure if they will implement like industrial elements to mounts, such as World of Warcraft, where you can just have a bike or a flying machine. So, not sure about that. That's it for now, because the wiki on mounts is just very big, and I might make a series out of this. So if you would like me to talk about more of this, then yeah, tell me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in Eternum.